Tumblr. This Hangout is on air live. All right.
Where do I find the link? Ah, here. Now I have to click. Ah, okay, I got it. We got it now.
It's live, it's live, it's live, it's live. So what I was trying to tell you, by the way, there we go. Okay, so it's live, it's live, it's live. So what I was trying to tell you was that we should mention that we would love to have other people participate with us. That we understand people are afraid, a lot of people are afraid they don't have to show their faces. But yeah, so far we've been asking and getting a lot of, nah, not so much. Excuse me. All right, so hold on, live now. Okay, so I'm posting it to Luxlit. Oh my God, and it's this horrible picture of me, the thumbnail. Yeah, never mind.
Let me find that, then I can reblog it. It's all not so easy. Okay, Luxlit. Okay, let's go to Luxlit.
All right, so
here we are. I see critiques is live now. Gonna reblog that to
others.
Why do I see a live icon on your on the post, but not on the post that I made?
What do you mean?
Let me just make the reblog. Photo critique. Color. On the post you made,
Mm-hmm.
on the dashboard view, there's an icon on the left bottom corner, an icon that says live, but it wasn't on the post that I made on PWS. Funny. Maybe because, okay, I don't know. Gotta find that out. Whatever. I'm curious for the photos because I haven't seen them. So I'm curious what.
Oh, you didn't go. Oh, okay. Okay. All righty. So, all right. Is there anybody joining us so far? No, there's no comments on. I'm going to keep track of YouTube, by the way.
Okay, then I'm going to keep track on Tumblr.
All right. So yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you was that, hey, you know, we need to tell people, let us know if you're interested. We do have one person. There's someone I wanted. Well, two. There's someone I wanted to ask you about as well, who might be interested. And I know someone locally, actually, the photographer I was talking about, who might also be interested in joining us for one of the conversations. But it would be really great to have, yeah, to have more voices. I mean, on the one hand, what you said, I think, is really interesting. That let me put me on here. That having other people critique photographs, because it shouldn't just be about your taste and my taste, is great. But there's also the fact that as we talked about, remember when we had the conversation via messaging about, you know, members of PWS wanting to add critiques to the photos, and that everybody's like, you know, we can add a little something here or there, but doing that kind of thing, a lot of people feel intimidated by, because we don't really know how to talk about photographs. which is why this is such a great service, I think, to us, because it helps me, at least, I don't know about you, to think about this more and more, and it helps me to think about my photographs. But yeah, but I think it's something that yeah. So we are, there we go. All right. We're live. And hello, I'm Fernando Fern, Cuban scholar at cuban-scholar.tumblr.com. This is Pete. He is, God knows what he is. He is tvoom.tumblr.com. He is one of the two admins for Photos Worth Seeing, PWS, and I am the admin for LuxLit, and we are going to critique some photographs. One of the things that we were discussing earlier that I would like to stress is that, please, if any of you are interested in joining us for these critiques and critiquing photographs with us, please let us know either by contacting us via our personal Tumblr or our, actually our personal Tumblr would be better, or either LuxLit or PWS, because it is, on the one hand, I think we're good at doing this, and I think we're going to be getting better, but it would also be really great to bring in every once in a while a different, or maybe on a regular basis, who knows, a different take on some of these images, because it's always a very subjective, yeah, it's always very subjective what you see in a photograph, even though you can look at it technically and so on. So anyway, do you have anything to add, Pete?
Other than that, this room is really big, and a lot of people would fit in there. So we
Yes.
definitely need a lot of people to join us. No, what you said, Fern, the more people would love to do that, and I would love to have a guest on every critique, because the more views we have, the more there is no such thing as an objective view on that. We can only talk about our own subjective views, and we're not the law. We're not the photography or the Tumblr police to say this is good or this is not good. What we say is we like that because, or we don't like that because. So if there's anyone who wants to join us, it doesn't have to be a member of a curated blog or supporting. Not at all.
No. And by the way, to what you were saying about us being the police, just so that you understand how even our two different reblog sites, PWS and LL, and Photos Worth Seeing and LuxLit are alike, but they're also different. You can always listen to our InConversations, where we've been talking about some of this aspect of what we do. And again, if any of you from reblog sites want to join us, or even not, please let us know, because yeah, the great thing about Tumblr, and why I really don't see myself going anywhere, is the fact that we do have community, and we do have different opinions and so on. So anyway, let's go to the photos, shall we? Or do you have anything else to add?
There's someone, Erica wrote on YouTube, do people need an extensive photographic background to partake in the subjective critique? No. And I say, not at all. You just have to know what you like and what you don't like and know.
Pete, you just muted yourself.
I didn't.
Oh, okay. No, yes, you did. It was just brief, yes. The other thing I would say to Erica is, which we keep in mind at all times, is to be kind and to be as positive as possible. you know, to be considerate of the other person, and that is one of the things that we both um, keep in mind, and we both stress throughout all of this. We look at what we like and what we don't like. We explain why we like it and we don't like it, but we also look at the possibilities of what the image can offer, and the possibilities of what the photographer can offer. And that is huge, because the whole idea of this is to build up photographers awareness of how to look at photographs, and awareness of how their own photographs work, and to refine what it is that they're trying to do. So the positive stance is something that is crucial to this. The encouragement, and yeah, the support. It's all about all of that. But yes, no, you're more than welcome to join us. Let us know.
Can
All
I
right.
say something different? Because I agree, absolutely. Please join us. We have cookies and gummy bears and all sorts of other stuff. And I just want to say, because last time I got, after the stream was finished, I got a shitload of messages telling me that only I was visible, and not the photo. You know, I have to say, I have nothing to do with that stream. I don't even control the camera. So that I'm on camera now all of the time, it's Fern's fault. So that you have to see my stupid face is Fern's fault, not mine.
Would you rather see this old and stupid face? I don't think so. But yes, he's right. But I just really get involved. But I'm learning to pay more attention and all that. By the way, what I did also was I edited the video, inserted all of the images, and the video is available on YouTube now. So anything else?
Not from my side. I'm curious for the
All
photos.
right. So let's do a screen share, and let's go to, hold on, let me make absolutely certain I have the first image. Yes, yes. All right. So let me do, sorry, because I'm using PowerPoint slideshow. And is that visible on YouTube?
I'm just checking.
Present to everyone. Ah, here we go. You are screen sharing.
European scholars. Yes, now we see.
There we go. Okay, it is visible on YouTube. All righty. So Pete, you want to hit it with this one?
I want to hit it. Oh, do I want to hit it? That is actually one of those. It fits the actual minimal Sunday special on PWS today and tomorrow. Still Sundays in November, and well, this Saturday in November, because we had so many left. It's a curtain, I guess. That's one of the things that I find fascinating with that photo on first glance is, I say it's a curtain, isn't it? But I'm not sure. So that alone makes me look closer. So that already makes this photo a winner. That I want to look closer. That I want to explore that. So the structures, the patterns in that, the repeating patterns, the broken patterns of that wave in the shadow on the top, and then we have the very, very muted colors, and that slight bluish is, I can't really say too much about the photo itself, other than that it fascinates me, and I really like looking at it. We have yeah, the lines all guide my view to that one bit on the well, in the upper third, where the light how can I say, the light wave is broken in the one fold of the no, you know what I mean.
Yes.
My English fails me.
Excuse me.
I like the abstract approach, the very minimal and abstract approach in
Yeah.
that. Definitely.
Yes, and it's very minimal, but it's very complex. And I want to follow up on a couple of things. The blue, and there's a slight orangeness to it. I am a big fan of complementary colors, which means in the color wheel of opposite colors. And I talk about this every so often when I comment on photographs. And blue and orange are on opposite ends of the color wheel. And so they both, because they're opposite, they both clash, but in a sense, bring each other out. And this has that magic complementary color play, but as Pete said, very muted colors, except for the very blue lines, a couple of them that almost divide this in the middle. There's also the other thing is, again, the curvature and waves. This is straight lines, and it's straight vertical lines, which are, except for one or two, are also very curved themselves. So even though this could be a very strict lined image, it winds up being very relaxing, also because of the muted colors, but also because of the waves. There's something very the horizontal waves break this up in such a lovely, relaxing. There's a serenity here. I like Pete. I really enjoy looking at this image. Excuse me. So yes, this is lovely. This is something I would reblog on Luxlit, by the way. This is something I would possibly consider even for photo of the day.
What I by further looking at it is we have these comparatively big, well, I like to call it textures.
Yes.
The waves, the big waves, but then we have a lot of structure also in the cloth itself, so that there's a lot to explore in that photo. We have it is comparatively high contrast even.
Yes.
So interestingly enough, the dark parts on top, which give the photo a certain kind of weight. So the shadows push down. So if you flip the photo around so that the bright parts are on top, this would give the photo a completely different feel. But so this has a very, let's say, a very stable, a very, it has a certain weight, which I absolutely love. Again, if you turn it around, then the photo would probably, it would seem more lightweight than it does now, because the black on top, or the shadows on top, they press everything down, which is a really it's an interesting, really interesting concept behind that shot.
Alrighty, next. All right, so let's do this. Let's see if this is going to work. It works.
Wow.
Let's see if it's showing up in YouTube. Alrighty, what do you think, Pete?
Let's just wait if it's there on YouTube already. Yes, it's there.
Yeah.
Wow. Also, comparatively, the composition comparatively minimal. Lots of lines, areas, and repeating patterns, but that broken up with the millions and millions of details. So it creates absolute depth through the walls and the door frames. And here we have it again, in not as strong as in the first one, but the color contrast on the left, the green, and we know green and red are complementary colors. And of course, that is not really red, but it's orange, but it's a very warm orange that shifts into a red direction. So also here, also very high contrast. And the door in the back, it's how can I put that? It gives you. I want to. It has a 3D-ish feel. The photo, which is I try to figure that out. It is not even really that easy to figure out what is there, which parts are directed in or face in which direction. It has some sort of an Escher feel, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Yes.
What is left, what is right, what is in front, what is in the back, but it's nevertheless a very, very minimal and very simple composition that sucks you in, and all gets down. Your view, your eyes are sucked to the door in the background, and it's one of those shots when it doesn't matter what it is. The photo would, if you blur that up so that you don't see any textures or anything, just see the shapes, then this would already work. And that is what makes a good composition.
Yeah, I agree. There's the tension. Actually, for me, the green on the left, the red, which is the red brown, but it's a red on the right. The mystery of this, the how actually the light on the floor that you see in front of the door breaks the composition up just right, because there's a shadow coming from that opening in the back that forms a triangle almost right at the center that points you out, but then you have all of this debris here, and there's a line leading you back in, and yet there's so much to look at that yeah, it's almost in a sense the opposite of the first one, in the sense that this is one of those images overloaded with detail, but it's also beautifully composed. That again, definitely a LuxLit reblog if this was submitted, and I would also seriously think about this for photo of the day. Let me clarify, if some of these people, which of course nobody knows except me and Pete, were already photo of the day recently, I wouldn't.
Presented last week, just saying. I still don't know. I have no
idea. It's in the forum. Coño.
Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry.
But yes, if superb photo. Okay, next. All right. So next, et voila. I love this photo. Let me make absolutely, yes. Okay, it's screencasting. All right, so I absolutely love this photo. I love the fact that there's that leading line, that from the dividing on the road. Are you getting feedback? Or is it just me?
I have no feedback.
All right, so there's that line that takes you up into the mountains, and then the curve with the pine trees on the right pointing me up to that peak in the background, and the depth that the shadows provide in the front, and the much lighter detail of the peak in the back, and the sky, the way the photo is divided into triangles in a lot of places. There's a triangle right at the bottom between the fence and the line there on the road. There's another triangle on that hill on the right. that is created, that triangle created by the tree line, the triangles of the trees themselves, the triangle of the peak. And then there's also all these little smatterings of white on the tree, on the trees. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I love this photo.
Yeah, not much to add. That's also the first thing that I saw. The triangles that really point you into a direction and then redirect your eyes, and then it's really a zigzag move through the photo, starting on the lower right, which is unusual, but that's where the bright part is. And you follow the road, and the tree line from the lower left moves us upwards to the upper right, and then it's a fascinating thing. Usually, if you look at a mountain, the mountain points upwards, but this mountain, because of the tree line that goes from the lower left to the upper right, this mountain, if you look at this snowfield, it's also a triangle that points downwards, so balances the movement from the tree line out.
Yes.
So creates a certain stability in the photo. Absolutely fascinating composition in that shot, and also gorgeous tones.
Yes.
So we have detail everywhere. We have very dark shadows, we have very bright highlights, but nothing really blows out. And it can be that on the mountaintop that looks a bit like, no, it isn't. It doesn't blow out. It's just very bright. And we also have a lot of detail, visible detail in the shadows, even though they're very dark. So perfectly exposed photo as well.
Yep. Yep. Even to the detail of the clouds, which are easy to overlook on the left, on the top and the peak. Yeah, perfect. Again,
in the very bright sky. That's really,
yeah, very bright sky. Yeah, LuxLit reblog, and I could see this as a photo of the day.
definitely also PWS reblog. If I
Yes.
see it later on Tumblr.
All righty. All right, you can have this one.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So then,
photographer decide who they want.
yes,
they want the
there we go. Oh, that's true. Yes. Well, we have to ask permission. Next.
Phew. That takes a bit. That is.
Okay, so I'll start. I love the playfulness of this. I think it's overexposed. I think this could have used some tightening up, a bit more contrast in a little less, maybe not so much less exposure, but a little bit more contrast and a little bit higher blacks and maybe a little bit more saturation. Just not even the saturation, just a little bit more blacks in post. But there's something about this photo and the fact that it has the Mona Lisa almost centered, but yet there's all the details of all the porcelain around it that take me away from that and make me explore this photo. I like it. I think it has immense possibility with just some tweaking.
I don't think that, for me, this photo doesn't need tweaking at all. I'm just on a sheer technical side. I ask myself, either there's sort of, why is that in the center, well, almost the center where we see the Mona Lisa, it seems like there's kind of a lens flare or something, so that kind of hit the lens, so that's where everything becomes very low contrasty, and that is the thing that throws me off a bit, because I wonder, my eyes cannot really. That's where I want to look at, and that's where all the lines in the photo guide my eye towards. So, but somehow my view slips away, because that's what you said. We probably need a bit richer blacks, but that wouldn't change anything about that the center point of the photo still there. We have that kind of veil over the picture, over the whole photo, which I think it has to be light that kind of hit the lens or something, some sort of a lens flare, or it was shot through glass, could also be, so that we have a reflection on the glass it was shot through. I don't think that is something that can be really satisfactory fixed in post.
Yeah, you're right.
You could like maybe locally paint in contrast or local contrast and locally try to make it less visible, but that is, on the other hand, it adds to the grittiness of the photo. And
Yes.
I see is, for me, this is not really something, not a photo that is very interesting, even though the composition is quite quite interesting, because what I said, it leads my eyes to where probably the photographer wanted to my eyes to be. But for me, this is not really interesting, or not that interesting from a photographic standpoint, but more from an artistic standpoint. See, what is that? All these old toilet bowls and stuff, and then a print of Mona Lisa in there. What does he want, or what does she? What do they want to tell me with that photo? So that is something that I sit here and I look at it and say, okay, fascinating. What is the idea behind that photo? Is that just what they found? Is that okay, fascinating, funny, whatever, playful, like you said? Or is it something that they said, okay, I was walking on that, how do you say, garbage place? What is the English word?
Dump.
Dump, on that dump, and I found these porcelain things, and there was this poster of Mona Lisa, and they put it together. So is it sort of an installation, an art, a piece of art that they created, or is it really found? So that interests me, and that is what I want to know, and that is what I really, I don't see the big potential on a photographic side, but as a piece of art, it is definitely something to talk about, to discuss, and to talk about why is that, the values that we have in arts, a photo or a picture of an iconic painting on a dump. That is something one really could talk, I think, for hours.
You are talking for.
Of course. Which
right.
only proves that this was definitely a photo that should be seen, and
Yes.
should, because we can talk about that for hours.
Yes. 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 Definitely. This is another one. Definite as is. Definite reblog, because I even like, because of everything that you said, the fact that you're right, and it is a lens flare. I hadn't really, I mean, I noticed it, but I hadn't put a name to it. But the very fact that there's more detail to everything else and less detail to the Mona Lisa, whether that was on purpose or not, to me winds up being brilliant. All right, anything else?
No,
Okay. Next.
I like it.
All righty. So I am going to start with this. I love a few things about this. But I'll start with what I find, and maybe it's me because I'm old and my vision is a little blurry. To me, there's a depth of field. Caramba. El campo de visión, el depth of field está demasiado shallow. The depth of field is very shallow. The right eye is perfectly focused. The left eye is a little bit out of focus. I think it's a lovely headshot. I love the distribution of the colors of this. I love the fact that the blue in her eye at the top is balanced with the very dark blue of the blouse. I love that the purple, I'm sorry, that the orange in her hair, because there's a slight red hairness to her, is on the left. In the background, there's that slight orange, and there's around, of course, there's the skin tones, but there's also the kerchief around her neck has a red or purple that also brings that color into the center and balances the blue and the blue and the orange play, the composition. I love the expression on her face. This seems to be, at least at this moment, this person was at peace, was happy. There's a slight Mona Lisa smile to her. The only thing that perhaps I would have preferred was if she was wearing long sleeves, because I'm a little distracted by her arms. But I think it's as a headshot, it's lovely. Yes? No?
No.
But by the way, that left out of focus does bug me.
Maybe because you have a bigger resolution, I don't see that that there is a difference in focus on the eyes. The way I see it here on the video feed is they are both absolutely in focus and sharp, but that can be because of the smaller resolution that I have. I disagree if it comes to the sleeves. I think that kind of frames the picture on the bottom. I like that. I think the picture would lose if she wear long sleeves. Absolutely. It even creates a triangle if you look at the skin tones.
That is true. Yes.
The arms, and that points upwards. You have the neck that is and even broken. The skin tone broke by her. How I don't know the name in English.
Scarf.
Her scarf. Is it a scarf?
Yes,
And
yes.
then her face. So I absolutely love that. So we have these patches of skin in the picture that really create dynamic, and also her view. I absolutely agree that she seems to be totally in peace, and the choice of colors, and that is something that you have if you take a photo, if you take color photos, or if you make color photos, you have a choice of colors. And only then, if you really actively choose the colors you use, then it will work. And that is done brilliantly in that shot. Definitely. The very dark blue going more into a violet tone, contrasting to the slightly reddish orangish hair and the very pale eyes. I think that is what makes the expression on that face so intense, that we have this the grayish, slightly bluish eyes, very bright, really piercing eyes, but wonderful portrait.
Yes, yes, yes. And yes, the sleeves. Yes, I think you're right. Yeah, I have nothing more to add. By the way, Erica commented, and I'm sorry, Erica, and for anybody else who would ever comment on this, part of the problem with this is that we're both paying attention to everything that we're doing. And what would be really cool is if we had someone running the technical stuff so we could do the talking. But Erica at some point said potential and definitely poetic. I'm assuming she might have been talking about the Mona Lisa and the toilet bowls. Thank you for your feedback. Erica, thank you. So yes, anything else, Pete? Oh, that's it. That's it. We have 5 today.
That's it. Yeah. Mm, yes,
Just got a comment.
what I find interesting, and that was the first thing that kind of struck me, the skin tone.
Yes.
It is not. It is slightly pale.
Yes.
But that creates some sort of how can I put that, sort of a porcelain look, and that is emphasized to the very, as you said, very shallow depth of field. So we have that. It has almost an ethereal look to it.
Yes.
It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful portrait.
Yes. Again, LuxLit reblog. I would have to really look closely because, again, it could be my old eyes deteriorating. But I would definitely think about having that as a POD, photo of the day.
Knowing my team, this would also definitely be a photos worth seeing reblog.
You can have it too. All righty. So anything else you want to add?
No.
Pete, eating.
Other than that, I want Erica here because she obviously knows what she's doing, and she can come. She's cordially invited.
Certainly. One of us can talk less. You know me. I'm all of the opinion that the less I talk, the better. So, and I keep looking to my left because the monitor and the camera's here, but the monitor's there. But anyway, all righty then. So thank you all so very much. I guess, Pete, we will have the next ICC, InConversation critiques. We will have them also on December the 17th.
Let's do that.
And same time, same station. This video will be available shortly. We will put the link up. Well, actually, the link is already up. It's already available because it'll be able to be viewed that way. If you want to join us, please. I am going to open up for submissions. I will let you know where to send them to. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Pete. This is nerve-wracking, but it is so much fun. Anything else?
Good night, everyone. Now let me do that in the style of Professor Farnsworth of Futurama. Good night, everyone. That's the only impression I can make.